Have you ever said to yourself, I just don't know what I want anymore? If so, you're not alone and you're not broken. In this video, we're going to talk about why this feeling is so common in midlife, what it really means, and how to reconnect with your soul's true desires so you can come home to what you really want. Let's get into this topic. Hello, everyone. I'm Tammara-Nicole Gardner. I'm the author and creator of the 12 Guiding Stars system. And in this video, we're putting a special spotlight on midlife, that pivotal moment when we've lived enough of life to look back on it and reflect upon what we've accomplished so far and start to ask ourselves what we want to experience going into the future. This is a moment in our lives where it's very common to start questioning, have I accomplished everything that I want to? What do I want to do going forward? And we can get a little confused about what do I really want to experience? Many of us, as we were growing up, were never taught to ask ourselves what we truly want. We were never taught to look inside. We grew up very externally focused, very heavily influenced by our parents and our culture and our society and school and our religious systems to go find a responsible job, to get married and raise children, to do all of the socially right things in our lives. And we may have been so heavily influenced by that we believed it, we absorbed it, and thought that we were creating a meaningful life and following these sort of predetermined steps for us, what our society tells us makes a good, happy, and successful life. Then we get into midlife, where roles start to shift and change. Those children grow up, they leave the home. You start looking at your partner and wondering if you're really in the right relationship anymore. You may have achieved a certain level in your career where you feel a little plateaued, or what used to jazz you up, climbing that mountain towards the title, the role, the responsibilities, the paycheck that used to get you excited. And now that you've achieved it, you're like, that was kind of anticlimactic. That really didn't make me as excited as I thought that it was going to. Midlife gives us this moment to be able to pause and reflect, and life gets a little quieter. In those early adulthood years, there was a lot of doing. There was a lot of focus on production and external accomplishment. And in midlife, we start to shift to a little bit more of a natural internal reflection. And so you may look back and say, I built what appears to be a really beautiful life, but it doesn't feel like it's mine. It feels like it happened to somebody else, or it's a story for somebody else. It doesn't feel like the clothes really fit for me. And you may be wondering about what the next step is going to look like. That is natural, and you're not lost. You're becoming somebody new. As you're going through this natural shift in your life, I want to give you some tools that can support you along the way. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 ideas that you can try to reconnect with your inner voice. You're being invited by your inner voice, by your soul, by your intuition to dig deeper. And here are 3 tools that can assist you and facilitate that process. Step number 1 is to feel it out. Stop trying to figure it out. We get really, really analytical sometimes. We are raised in a culture that is very masculine driven. It's very logical. It's very, here's a problem, let's solve it. And so through that, we learn to get disconnected from our internal guidance system. So what I'd like you to try to do is shift out of the brain and into the heart. This is very easy to do. All you have to do is set up a quiet space for yourself for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. If you feel inclined to light a candle or put on some soft music, you can do that. You don't have to, but it might create a little bit of ambiance for you to get still and quiet and just take a few calming deep breaths. Put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what do I really want and need right now? And then just be quiet and still and let the answer come in for you. After you complete this exercise, you might want to grab your journal and just go ahead and write about whatever came up for you. Step number 2 is to track your energy. You can do this by making 2 columns on a piece of paper, one that says drains me and one that says energizes me. And over the next coming days, you might say, 3 to 5 days, you're going to put on each of those lists, you're going to categorize the experience of your life. This energized me. It made me feel really good and excited. And this, not so much. This drains me. As you start to garner this awareness in your life, you will start to understand more what is really important to you, where your values really lie. And you might discover some surprising things about yourself. I discovered some surprising things about myself, about what drains me and what energizes me. I learned that having early morning meetings, I don't like it so much. So I start my workday at 10 o'clock mid-morning so that I can have that space in the morning to journal, to meditate, to have breakfast with my husband. We let our cats outside in the morning, and it's just so peaceful in the morning time in our home, and that is energizing for me. That sets the stage for my day going forward. Getting up and have to immediately get dressed and hustle and go, that doesn't sit well with my system. And you may have been doing that yourself for many, many years, and it becomes so rote and routine that you don't realize how it's really impacting you. Or you might discover something like grocery shopping really drains you. Can you delegate that to somebody else? Is there somebody else in your household? Or can you do an Instacart, have some of your groceries shipped instead of spending your time and energy in the grocery store if that sucks for you? For some people, shopping is really fun and they enjoy it. So making a list like this energizes me versus what drains me can be really insightful for you. Again, just try it for 3 to 5 days and see what comes up for you. And finally, step number 3, I want to give you a journal prompt here that helps you make desire feel safe for you again. Like this is a playful, joyful experience to get in touch with what you really want out of this juicy, exciting life. So here's your journal prompt. If no one would judge me and nothing bad would happen, I would freely admit that I want blank and fill in the blank. And allow yourself to really just be free. Nobody's going to peek at your paper. This is just for you. So it's totally safe to let yourself be honest here about what your soul is really craving to experience. I want you to make this feel safe in your nervous system, because oftentimes, especially for women where we have been raised to be people pleasing and not to hurt anybody's feelings, we've been taught essentially to deny ourselves, to abandon ourselves and our desires in favor of what will make other people happy, or what will make other people like us, or what avoids discomfort for other people. And all the while, we're internally suffering. And that's just not fair to you. It is okay to desire. It is okay to admit what you want. Desire is this beautiful language which with we speak with higher self and reconnect with our divine energy within. So I want you to explore and play with getting reconnected with desire. So grab your journal, write out that journal prompt, and go ahead and let yourself be completely shamelessly honest with yourself. So I just want to wrap up here by reinforcing for you that if you've been feeling stuck, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's not because there's something wrong with you. If you feel a little lost and directionless, it's normal. It's okay. It's because you're being asked to live more authentically, to be more honest, to listen to your soul and pursue your desires. If you want some support going through this process, I do have a class for the summer session on my 12 Guiding Stars system. Enrollment is currently open until July 6th, and we start class on July 7th. This is an 8-week program where we dive deep into 12 key areas of your life to explore your soul's truest, deepest desires in every area, every aspect. And we put together your own personalized constellation map, which is your vision for your life. And then we formulate goals, meaningful goals, not arbitrary goals that are based on society's expectations of us, but goals that are based on our soul's truest, deepest desires. And then I give you all the tools and tips and techniques that you need to manifest those goals into your concrete reality. We want to make this life real for you. It's not a dream. It's not a hope. It's not a wish. It's what you're being called to do right now for yourself. So if you'd like to join us, all the information on how to register is included in the description box below. I really hope to see you there. Until next time, keep shooting for the stars.